Well, chainsaw number 2 for the competitions. This is another 2100 build. Well, 2100 that I had kicking around. I haven't done absolutely nothing to this saw. It is a 2100 CD. I'm actually going to keep this original cylinder because the saw has not been touched at all. It's still the original muffler, not hollowed out. Original cylinder, original carburetor. It's still a governed carburetor and everything. I have another cylinder that I've ported for a 2100. But the bottom end went in that saw. So I'm just going to take the cylinder off of that one and throw it onto this one with the piston. This one's in really good shape. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. I'll check it again there, but yeah, there's no scoring. I can't barely pull it over. Lots of compression, stays right there. So I'm gonna keep this one in my personal collection, and it won't be ported. Well, I say that, but I'm probably gonna do lower transfers and that'll be it. But I'm not gonna touch the exhaust or anything on this one, I don't think. But who knows? I might not even touch the lower transfers on this cylinder. I don't know. So let's start ripping into this guy. Take the handle off to begin with. Oh, turns out the screws are already loose. Look at that. That works perfect. Yeah, I don't want to go too rowdy with this. I think I'm gonna do kind of like a work port on this one. But no, actually, no, scratch that. No, I'm gonna keep that cylinder completely stock, I think. My other cylinder that I have, actually, I think that's what I was talking about. Very good. Oof, lost the train of thought there for a minute. Kind of all over the place. I'm thinking about what saws I'm bringing to the races, what I have to do, what more I would have to do if I started fixing up more saws. I'm just gonna fix you guys up here a little bit more. There, it's a little bit better. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of different saws. I have a little bit of a crew coming together, I think. I hope, because I do want to bring a lot of saws, but I'm only one guy. I can't run all these saws myself. So I got, I think I'm gonna have about 4 people with me, so they can run a couple. I'll run a couple, and see what we can do. See how well we get. They're gonna probably bring their own saws, because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a stock class, like bone stock, no port, no muffler, or anything like that. And I don't really have a saw that's bone stock other than this 2100. But yeah, I don't like stock saws that much. Not that entertaining. So if they want to run in stock class, they can. But I will not. I will not be in stock class. I'd hate to see the numbers from a stock saw. And you standing there for a while, waiting for something to happen. I don't know where I got that little screwdriver, but it works really good. I enjoy it. I think this will be a relatively quick video. I don't even know if, well, I say that, but I probably will. The carburetor, I'm not sure if I'm going to make a carburetor the same what I did in the video before this one for the XL75. I don't know if I'm going to hog out a carb or not. I might, no, I think I want to keep this original carburetor as well. Definitely have to plug up the limiter screw though, because I freaking hate those things. They're friggin' nightmare. Oftentimes on these older saws, they tend to screw up, and they unblock themselves, if that makes sense. I don't know the actual terminology for those limiting screws, but they start to just free flow fuel through them, and this one would probably do the same thing, I'd imagine. I'm not sure, but I'm sure it probably would. So we're taking that off, but everything else will be stock. This saw looks like it's had a, it looks like it had a pretty run life, but I just tried the oiler, the manual oiler, and the oiler still works good too. So, oh, and look at that, I can change sprockets. That's perfect. I like that. Okay. Boy, they really put those things on there, eh? Oh yeah, I did start this saw. I started this saw, must have been a long time ago, because it has a still spark plug in there. And that must have been the only spark plug that I had, because I hate those spark plugs. They suck. Probably one of the worst spark plugs. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. The E3 or whatever the hell they're called. Multi-fire something, they're terrible too. But these ones, these still spark plugs, this top electrode pops right out sometimes, depending on the saw and how much vibration and all that stuff. But actually I can, well, I'm not going to do it physically, but I don't know if I have one here. I might have one here to show you, but yeah, I'm not going to use that. NGK, that's what I use. I like NGK. BPR M7A, BPR 7M. Oh my god. You know what I mean. Why am I... BPR 7MA. This is going to bother me now. This is really going to bother me. As if. Okay. BPMR7A? BMR7A. BPMR7A. BR7A? BPMR7A. That's what it is. My goodness. Why couldn't I remember that? You remember all the snowmobile spark plugs and your dirt bike spark plugs and all that stuff. Any other two-stroke you remember, and then all of a sudden I'm on camera and I'm trying to explain something to you, and I'm just having a wicked friggin' brain fart. See, I'm doing it again. I'm all over the place. All I'm thinking about is racing. I'm thinking about racing. I'm thinking about cutting chain, racing. Oh, goodness. Any of you guys race? Put it down in the comments if you guys race, and if you guys want to see me at a race that you guys go to, depending on how far it is away, of course. I'll try to make it. Well, change of plans on this saw. I started thinking. I said, well, I don't have a stock chainsaw for any of the races, and I was looking at this cylinder and piston, and why not run this one stock? The only thing I'm going to do is take the baffle out of the exhaust and I'll change my sprocket. I'll put might put an 8 tooth on there. It's probably a 7 on there right now, I'd imagine. Oof, might be bigger than a 7. But I gotta change it anyhow. It's not looking real good. And the carburetor, I'll just take the limiter out of it, and I think that's what we're gonna do. I think that's how we're gonna do this saw. And then I can run it in stock class. I can run it open if I want. That's how this one's gonna be. So let's get into this carburetor. This isn't gonna be a super long video, so I'll just take the carburetor apart while I'm yapping and all that stuff. And I'll show you how I do those carburetors with the GB weld. I don't know if I'm gonna GB weld it or do that washer trick that I was showing you. These are real dirty. I can't see nothing. I only need them to see up close. If I'm reading something or working on chainsaws, stuff like that, I only need to see them, or I only need them whenever I'm trying to focus on something. But for far away stuff, like I'm looking at the camera and I can't see anything with them on. Ain't that a catch-21? I don't know how that expression is. I don't even understand that expression, to be honest with you. Is that out of a movie? I don't know. Okay. Let's take that limiter out right away. So for any of you that don't really understand what I'm talking about, I did show you, it's a little brass screw that goes inside your carburetor. And see, that's it's a jet, so it makes sure that it has enough fuel going to it. So it's always really, really rich, these ones. And there's like a little seal in these ones. I wonder if I can pull it out for you or not. Well, anyhow, there's a seal in there, and over time it starts to wear out and wear out and wear out. And you can have your high screw turned all the way in, and it's still just 4-stroking. It's way, way, way too rich. That's why I always just block these off. I'm good at tuning them. Well, no, actually, I'm not good at tuning them. Nobody's good at tuning anything. But you just set it to where you want, right? Where it runs good. You're not going to blow your saw up. But yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking about something in my head. I want a little pick. Which I don't know if I have one in here or not, but I do actually. I can't wait until that snowmobile's out of here and my motor. Then I'll be able to actually do some stuff in here. So there is a little washer in there already with a plug, but it kind of looks like that plug is worn down a little. Oh yeah, it is, yeah. Okay. So we're just gonna mix up some GB weld and plug the hole. Need that, need that. So those are the ones that I use. Cold weld, JB Weld stuff. It's actually not JB Weld, it's Permatex. And it works just fine for me. Everything that I do. It's the cheaper stuff. It's not the real expensive stuff there, but this works for me. You can use any of them as long as you know that it works good for fuel, because fuel does eat a lot of stuff, right? Then you get your stir stick, your little mixer. You just mix it around until both colors are blended. It's a 50-50 mix. I'm sure a lot of you guys has already used this stuff before, but anybody who's watching that hasn't, you just mix it 50-50. So, and then you mix it up, and this one turns kind of into like a grayish color. There you go. Once it's all mixed up, you just start jamming it in the hole. Don't worry about your threads, because usually when you do this, you're not taking it back out. I know I don't anyhow. When it's in there, it's in there. I don't feel like taking it back out. I did this for a reason, right? It doesn't take a whole lot. I like to always put a little bit around this as well, around the actual jet itself, because there's 2 holes on the sides of these ones. And I just put a little dab all the way around to make sure that it's really sealed off. Because when you're running these, especially in a competition stance, or just in general, and this starts to happen again, especially putting JB Weld in the hole just in case it starts to leak again, you won't be able to take that out. That'll be a nightmare trying to take that out of there. So you're better off to do it right the first time. Nobody likes doing things twice, right? It's kind of like cutting a board, you know. Cut once, measure 6 times. Is that the saying? Is that how it goes? I don't know. Sounds about right. Just like that. There's no more limiter. Ain't that magic? Should put some tunes on. It gets kind of quiet in here, talking to myself. Well, while I'm letting that dry, I'm gonna see if this thing needs a carb kit, because I don't remember if I put a carb kit in here whenever I had this running before. So we're gonna take a look and see. If anybody wants a video on how to rebuild a carburetor as well, you don't really see that too often on the internet, actually. Well, I never looked, to be honest with you. But you know, nothing. There's no recommendations for. You know, you go on YouTube and your homepage, there's a whole bunch of recommendations on stuff. I never get anything on. I've gotten it on how to sharpen a chain and stuff, but I've never gotten any on rebuild kits. So that's something that's interesting. Let me know. So I'm just gonna pull a little diaphragm off. It actually seems good. Well, I said that, but I could probably get away with it, but I know I put a brand new carb kit into one of these carburetors, one of these personal carburetors that I have up here. I don't remember which one, because I think I ran out of carb kits for these saws. Is that the good one? I think that's the good one. It's better than this one anyhow. Yep, that's the one that I'm going to go with. So some people has asked me when you're building racing saws and stuff, do you keep your float level the same? I do. I haven't heard of anybody who doesn't. So, yeah. Yep, I just leave mine the same. Just stock height. You know, level with your block. If you know what I mean. But yeah, I don't do anything crazy with it. Yeah, I just leave it level, stock height there, and that's always been the way that I do them. Even the ones that are bored out, I never go high with it. Because you still want it to seal properly, right? I'm sure there's lots of other things you can do with it, but to actually get a builder to tell you what he does, that'd be like finding a needle in the haystack. There's not a lot of people that'll tell you their secrets and stuff like that. Well, even my 76 builds, I don't like telling people what I do with them, just because of how rare they are. The same with the 2100s. Actually, there's some stuff that I do with the 2100s that I try not to share. Sometimes there's the odd slip. I'll share a little bit, but well, just the carburetors there that have the impulse on the top. That was something that, like, you guys are probably the first I've shared with. I'm sure some of you guys already know that, or probably might have even seen it somewhere else. I don't know, but that impulse line to go into your transfers, or either into the base too. What was I gonna say? You can do that on a work saw too. There's no problem with that. It doesn't matter. It's not necessarily performance. If you do it right, it's performance. If you do it just regularly, then it's just a new spot for the impulse. That's it. Sometimes, well, I did a 272 build with a carburetor from I believe it was 372, 371, and I didn't want to drill another hole in the carburetor to try to get the impulse into the same spot. So I ended up just doing a little bung onto the side, and that's an everyday saw. That saw is still in use, actually. Bucking up firewood all day. That's all it does. I built a 630, like, well, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, that 630 right there. I built one identical to that before, also with the 372 carburetor, 371, and it cuts firewood all day too, and that's exactly what I did with it, and it still runs tip top. I'm gonna check the screen now. Fuel screen. I'm just gonna check it out before I put this back in. But everything looks good in this carburetor. Well, we're good to go to to put this back on. I don't see any crucial problems with it. Well, after searching high, low, near, and far, a lad finally found one. I had to go through my pile of goodness that you know, sometimes you might just forget about, but came across a lot of other things that I can probably use as well. But now I know where it is, and I don't know when I'm going to forget about it again, but I'll forget about it eventually, and then it'll be a little treasure chest later on in the future. You know what I'm talking about. You're doing a cleanup, and you're like, oh, I haven't seen this in years, and then you end up keeping it for another however long you keep it for after you find it again. You know what I mean. You understand. You get the gist. Okay, what am I doing now? I'm putting that carburetor back on there. That's what I'm doing. Take that off of there. Put that right onto there. Oh, I need that bracket as well. Yeah, that little guy right there. I'll put the choke back on. Put the fuel line on right away too. The fuel line actually doesn't seem that bad. I think I'll get away with it, because I'm very doubtful I'll get one in time. So that's gonna have to do for now. And it will. It'll be fine. I'm gonna have to find another. I forgot about that, but I'll have to find another bolt, which I think I have one right here. See if it's long enough. No, not long enough. Okay, need a little bit longer. We're on a mission. We're on a mission. Is it this one? Oh, that might be it. Well, that works. I think. Is it the right thread? Am I even in the hole? Doesn't look like I'm in the hole. There we go. No, man. That's better. Looking good. Looking good. You always got to look at the bright side. Don't know where that came from, but I felt like I should say it sometimes. Okay, screwdriver. Me and my fun little rants, I guess. Are they that fun, though? My goodness, why does this stuff happen to me? Right here. Oh, there you go. Extreme concentration. Why the things gotta be so complicated? I think that was my older sister's favorite song for a while. I'm not quite sure who sings it, but it's not a very good song. My older sister bought a farm 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I lost track of time. And I had property right beside her. Well, not right beside her, just down the road from her. That I had intentions on building a house on, but never got around to it. But I cut a lot of wood there on that. It was 2 acres, but it was a bush lot. I cut a fair bit of wood on there. And my sister wanted to start getting into chainsaw milling. I told her At the time, I said no because she didn't really know how to use a chainsaw. So that's just going to stay right out. I'm not putting that back in. It's not working properly anyhow. I know how my sister is as well. Sorry, Jessica. But I know she's not up to date with safety and all that stuff. So, especially using a chainsaw mill, it's very dangerous. You know, you're not paying attention, and all of a sudden you go to grab your grab handle and you touch the chain and all that stuff. And I know she would never keep a sharp chain either. I know that. But anyhow, moral of the story is she wanted to try and do some milling. My dad worked in the bush too, and I know if my older sister Jessica, if she started to do anything with the chainsaw, I know Merlin would be yelling at her in her ear, "Put on your safety pants. Where's your gloves? Put your helmet on." Understandable though. Taking care of us, looking after us. I remember one of my first jobs. Well, yeah, one of my first jobs, I guess. I was clearing roads, or making roads, I should say, because it was a trailer. They wanted to move a trailer, like a motorhome trailer, down the road and all that stuff into a different spot across the lake and all that and whatnot. Anyhow, about a week or so to do about one road, I believe. I don't remember. This was a long time ago. But I remember the first day that I was there, I didn't even know that I was going to be making roads using chainsaws. I mean, I was all right with chainsaws before, but that was my first time actually following chainsaws. I think it was 13, 14, 15 maybe, because I used to ride my dirt bike there. And anyhow, my dad found out that I was cutting trees down without a hard hat and earmuffs and pants and all that stuff, and he didn't like that. Anyhow, that was a very random story, but I don't even know where I was going with it. I was just talking. I felt like I needed to talk to someone. Talk to someone. Oh boy. I think after the chainsaw competition, I'm going to take a little break from YouTube for a minute or two. Never really talked all that much before videotaping myself. I mean, if you see me in real life, I actually don't talk all that much either. But I try talking to the camera sometimes because, I don't know, I watch videos sometimes there, and, you know, the people are doing stuff and they're not saying anything, and it's just a little bit of music or something in the background, and it's not even good music, and it's kind of annoying, so you know what I mean. You get it. I'm gonna have to find another screw for that as well. It's pretty hard to get those threads and same size Allen key for all the bolts and stuff like that if you just go to a local hardware store. It seems like you have to look for a little bit to try to find them. Expensive little buggers too. You're better off just buying a complete part saw and stripping it for bolts. Then you know you have all the same sizes and everything, right? What's next on the list here? We just have to put the handle back on now. That's about it. That was pretty quick, eh? Let's put that spark plug back in there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Oily though. I don't know if there's water on that. No, just oil. Yeah, I'll run that one. That'll be the flavor that we're gonna run. It's not a brand new one, but it'll do the job just fine. Handlebar, handlebar. How does this go on? Like this. Well, judging by how these bolt holes are lining up, I think this handlebar is bent. The handle. I'm sure we can get those bolts back in there. Oh yeah. She's just a bit. She's a bit warped. Ayaba. It's good to get one started at least. Judging by all the flavors of this saw, I'm pretty sure the lad that had this before me, he was running straight motor oil as bar oil, because she's pretty nasty. I'm gonna get the faster style here. Nope, don't feel like looking. This is the way it's going to be. But anyhow, this saw is pretty near done. I'll probably get a video of these tomorrow. I'm gonna take the ones that I do have currently. I'll have the 391 tomorrow in the video. I'll have my 2150 tomorrow in the video. I'll have this saw tomorrow in the video. That 76 that I did yesterday, I'll have that in the video. The 4400, I still have to do some work to it, so you're not going to see that one. And my other XL76, the one with the 2 gas can pipe system, the methanol one, you probably won't see that one either, because I still have to do some work to them. But yeah, you'll see this one. You'll see, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that it for tomorrow? Is that all I got? No, 5. You're gonna see the Johnson Red Run also. Yeah, that's what it is. My bad. Sorry. Getting all confused with the saws here because I don't. Oh, maybe the 670 as well. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. I haven't started that one in a long time either. Okay. I'm gonna take a look at my other 2100. Because I'm gonna see if the baffle's out of the other one. If this one will even bolt up, I don't even know. Might have got too badly minged. That one, that one's not looking too good. I don't think we're gonna be able to use that one. She got too badly dinged up. Okay, well, I'll cut this video short, and I'll make a video tomorrow of all the saws that well, not all the saws, but the ones that I have ready so far. I still have a week, so I'll have a couple other spicy units to do up for you. So carry on.